As a little kid, do you remember toting your shovel and pail to the beach and attempting to build a sandcastle? Chances are your masterpiece reached about a foot off the ground, and it was in the shape of your plastic sandcastle pail. If you thought your sand sculptures were cool, your mind is going to be blown when you see these works of art. With such great detail and massive height, it's pretty hard to believe these sand sculptures are made of sand. Here are top 12 most cool and amazing sand sculptures you won't believe actually exist. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. Sandcastle with arches. The perfect sandcastle starts with a good circle. John Gaudi, who started building sandcastles with his own kids about 25 years ago, has all the credentials, and then some, to show you how to build a perfectly good one with your kids. He even teaches sandcastle building professionally, and his system is so easy, he calls it the no-hassle sandcastle. To start, he grabs his trusty garden shovel and, with the point of the blade, traces a quick, light circle, maybe 3 feet in diameter, into the hard sand he's picked as today's construction site. The ancient Romans knew the secret to building arches. Use a keystone, the single block of stone at the apex of the arch which holds the entire structure together. This will save the sandcastle to your account for easy access to it in the future. Sandcastle in Brazil. This towering castle is fit for a tiny king or queen. With a height of 39 feet, the sandcastle designed by American artist Rusty Croft is vying for the world record for the tallest one ever built. It took nearly a week to construct the castle, using 20 truckloads of sand, in the Brazilian city of Niterói, across the Guanabara Bay from Rio de Janeiro. What can one do with 734 cubic meters of sand? To cats hydraulic excavators, wheel loaders, a track tractor, a vibrating soil compactor and 2 mini excavators. Well, if true professionals take on the job, they can create one of the tallest sandcastles in the world. The construction itself lasted 15 days with several sand sculptures and 3 of the best special equipment operators in the world working as part of the team, and it's not surprising that real professionals were involved in the creation of this sandcastle, because the work required great precision and maximum accuracy. Belgian Sand Sculpture Festival. When you create sand sculptures which can be considered a real art, and although such masterpieces don't live long, sand sculptures attract many people. There are even sand festivals, for example in Belgium Ostend. The largest Belgian city on the North Sea coast is known not only for being a world-famous resort. Here on the beach 30 kilometers away from Bruges, the world's largest festival of sand sculptures has been held annually since 2017. It's known as Disney Sand Magic. About 150 sand sculptures were created on the coast, including characters from Disney and Pixar movies, Marvel heroes and Star Wars characters. Don't you forget this why should stick my neck out video business. In general, almost every pop culture fan can find a sculpture to their liking. By the way, the height of some sand figures reaches 6 meters. The festival itself took place in an area of 10,000 square meters, and more than 7,000 tons of sand were used for the creation of the sculptures. More than 40 sculptors from 12 countries worked together to turn these sand dunes into impressive and great real works of art. FISA Sand Sculpture Festival. Places and faces from arts and entertainment are the focus for 2018. Sculptors have created more than 80 scenes depicting iconic scenes in theater, dance, music, literature, painting, cinema, comics, television and others. The festival is unique in the Iberian Peninsula and is considered the largest sand sculpture festival in the world. Every year, a group of talented sculptors from various parts of the world and experts in the art of sand sculpting. Over 45,000 tons of sand is spread out over 15,00 m2 of outdoor exhibition space. Sculptors shape and carve the sand into entertaining, whimsical and amazing people, places, and scenes. The highlight is the piece dedicated to Star Wars films, where video projections create the illusion of audience members interacting with characters in the film. Every year, a group of talented sculptors from various parts of the world and experts in the art of sand sculpting. Revere Sand Sculpture Time Lapse. In this Revere sand sculpture, you can look at fire and water forever, but it seems to us that you can add making sand sculptures to this list, especially really beautiful and large-scale sculptures. By the way, if you watch the process it becomes clear that all these gorgeous shapes are not sculpted, as it may seem at first glance. It would be nice to see some local sculptors participating in the event, but carved out of the sandy mass as if it were a very soft rock and the sand turns into real masterpieces. Sand sculpture ship. Someone makes a beautiful sailing ship, House of Sand. Well, seems that there's nothing impossible for a professional who really likes what he does. And how can you not like such out? It seems that in a second the wind will fill the sandy sails and the ship itself is about to move and go to the horizon. And you can see a beautiful sand sculpture ship. A beautiful castle. And there is one of the most popular, attractive and most beautiful trends in sand sculpture is the creation of castles. Huge, beautiful castles with elegant towers, stairs and windows, and even doors, and small figures of children who probably just stand on the threshold of a wonderful fairy tale surrounded by famous and unknown characters. Carl Jarrah sand sculpture. Carl Jarrah Grain Damaged is an award-winning, professional sand sculptor from Cleveland, Ohio. Jarrah says he has known, since high school, that he wanted to be an artist. After studying illustration and graphic design at the Myers School of Art, Jarrah realized he did not want to become an illustrator or graphic designer, and that his true passion was sculpting. Over 9 world championships later, and it's clear Jarrah was right to pursue his desire to sculpt. In addition, Carl is also an exhibits artisan or technician at the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, where he helped install Sue, the largest T-Rex ever found. He creates most crazy and amazing sand sculptures, which are more of Carl's incredible sand sculptures. He documents not only his own award-winning work, but also the other amazing entries at the world-class competitions he attends every year. Sandcastle with lights. Some people like to dabble in sand art, play around with a few castles, while at the beach with their kids. However, some have a real passion for elaborately detailed, magnificent sandcastles that seem to attract people from miles around. Let's take it a step farther though and add light. For the ultimate sandmaster architect, the addition of light gives flair and definitive style to your temporary sandcastle. The two basic building ingredients of sand art play are sand and water, and although this seems simple enough, finding the right beach with that perfect sandcastle sand can be a task. Tidal beaches generally have sand that limits height and structure because of the shape of the sand grains. Good sand sculpture sand is somewhat dirty, having silt and clay that helps lock the irregular shape sand grains together. Cantus sand plane sculpture. Sometimes sand figures have quieted unexpected applications. For example, in 2013, the Australian airline Qantas decided to use them as advertisements for this purpose. A copy of an aircraft was created to be more precise. They created several rows of realistic Boeing 737-800 aircraft seats with people sitting in them. And is worth saying that the sculptors tried to make each of the passengers different from the others. In order to make it as realistic as possible, please. The cockpit and the pilots himself. This huge sound installation appeared in the Sydney Embankment. Visitors could walk around Qantas sparked an outcry among the Gold Coast business community when it ditched the route in 2008, leaving subsidiary Jetstar to share the spoils with Virgin Blue and later Tiger, the cabin of the plane, and even sit in one of the chairs to be photographed. That's all for today. Hit like if you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.